Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's always exciting when the Cleveland Cavaliers come to the Palace in the Central Division battle. They are coming off that win against Atlanta. And just a 2-point win there. They had to fight tooth and nail for it.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
And it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So we can't forget about that part of it either.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the point guard position. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Here's live from Los Angeles, we proudly bring you the Clippers at the Staples Center. Looking at the last game for the Los Angeles Clippers, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And a very close one there, too. The buzzer sounded. They were only down by 1 bucket.
probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of beat is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Beasley out there with Howard. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Now here's Griffin. Beasley with the rebound. On offense, here are the Rockets. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Beverly, the pass to Howard. Redick with the rebound.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Lets it go from the wing. Buries the jump shot. Redick's got 5 now.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
And here we go. And Harden with the stuff.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
The drive by Paul. Pierce. No good.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
Back to Paul. Jordan with a screen on Beverly. Paul dishes to Jordan. And stolen by Howard. And that one's good. Beverly. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Houston?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And, boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Terry. Rebound by the Clippers. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the starters were extremely happy to get some rest and let the bench guys do the heavy lifting. Definitely a feel-good win for the teams.
Here's Crawford. And laid in to finish the break.
Terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and then excellent transition offense.
And really, it all stems from the aggressive defense. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Now here's Crawford. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Here's McDaniels. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
There's Crawford with the three. McDaniels kicks to Capella. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The Rockets on top as they end the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive, guys, on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Green is out there with Luke and Baamuta. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done. They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Pass to Capella. Ariza passes to Harden. Shot clock at 6. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Rockets. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Harden, that's good.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can. You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Paul for 3. Ariza with the rebound. Rockets leading by 11. Here's Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Ariza goes in. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Houston ball. Let's look at the 2K leaderboard to find out the teams that have led the league in steals the season's second half. The Rockets, number 1. 4th, the Clippers.
As they enter the stretch run of this season, both of these teams have really clamped down defensively, and you see that reflected in their steal total.
That's good.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Harden against Redick. It's Harden with the drive. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Harden's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Timeout. Timeout.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 18. And it's Paul penetrating. They get the rebound.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Redick dishes to Jordan. Got a piece of it. Just 5 on the clock. From outside, off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing.
This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. Update you on rotation. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind-the-scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on the finals.
South Carolina, Alabama.